If you've ever been on the receiving end of a woman's reverse psychology, trust me, it wasn't an accident. She didn't accidentally say one thing and mean another. She didn't accidentally guilt trip you, push you away, and then punish you for not coming closer. She knew exactly what she was doing. Or rather, her subconscious did. You need to understand this. Reverse psychology is hardwired into the female brain. It's how women test for dominance. It's how they filter weak men from the strong. And it's how they secretly evaluate whether you're a man worth submitting to or another emotional doormat waiting to get dumped. And unless you learn how to manipulate her mind better than she manipulates yours, you will always lose. As a man, it's essential that you master this skill, or you'll be screwed over trying to deal with the screwed-up nature of the female psyche. This is not an indictment of women. Let's get one thing clear. Women don't always know they're doing it. Trust me when I say this. Reverse psychology is as natural to her as blinking. When she says, "You should go if your friends are more important than me," what she truly means is, drop everything and prove I matter more. When she says, "Maybe we're just not meant to be," what she really means is, "You just don't give me the tingles like Chad Thundercock." Believe me, it's not dishonesty, it's biological pressure testing. And unless you understand how to beat it, you'll fall into the same trap every other guy does. You cave in, over-explain and over-justify yourself, and that's when she loses respect for you instantly. Let me tell you a story. One of my students at UCLA had a girlfriend who pulled a classic reverse psychology move on him. She wanted to watch a chick flick, but he had to study for an exam. She pouted and said, "So your stupid test is more important than me?" This was before he learned Shogun Method, so he knew no better, and he foolishly took the bait. He dropped everything and went with her to the cinema. She's pleased for about half a day, and then she dumped him before the semester ended. So our friend ended with a D for his exams and a pair of blue balls. And that's not all. His next girlfriend did the exact same thing. It's a different girl, but she's manipulative all the same. And he failed both times because he didn't know how all women instinctively use reverse psychology to get what they want. His story didn't end there. Once he drank from the wisdom fountain of Shogun Method, he understood the game on a whole new level. He started handling women's reverse psychology tendencies like a pro, and now he's happily engaged with a woman who rarely shit tests him, if ever. I caught up with him last weekend and he told me, when a woman plays the reverse psychology game with you, all she's doing is to check if you've got a backbone. The truth is your woman is always testing you. She wants to know if you'll break plans for her, or if you'll put her ahead of your own priorities, or if you'll let her guilt trip you into obedience. If you agree to any of those unreasonable terms, you fail the test. Because once she knows she can control your decisions, she stops respecting you. Because the test was never about love, it was about control, dominance, and authority. And guess what? Here's where most guys fail. They think the solution to their problem is to sit down and talk it out. They try to explain themselves and try to prove their love. That's stupid, so don't do that. The best way to handle a woman's games is with a Shogun Method tactic we call the play-along, and here's how it works. The first step in the play-along tactic is to assume she's always playing the reverse psychology game on you. Treat every statement she makes as a possible shit test. Assume every emotional jab and guilt trip as a calculated probe for weakness. When you adopt this mindset, you stop reacting like a victim. You're a Shogun Method practitioner, and that's when you start being predatory. You see a woman's mind game for what it is, and you now play to win. The second step in the play-along tactic is to agree and amplify. This is where the magic of Shogun Method kicks in. When she tries to use reverse psychology on you, you agree with her. But you don't just agree by nodding or saying yes softly. Instead, you amplify it to a ridiculous degree. Here's an example. Let's say she tells you, "Maybe we shouldn't see each other anymore." You agree and amplify by saying, "You're probably right. It's been fun, but we should end on a high note." Then, go cold on her and watch what happens. I can almost guarantee you she'll be stunned. Why? Because you just beat her at her own stupid reverse psychology mind game. Let's play a short quiz. Mikey and Danny both dated the same woman, Cherry. Cherry said she wanted to go on a short weekend getaway. Mikey said he was busy, and so Cherry said to him, "Okay, fine. Then maybe I should stop seeing you." Sensing a shit test, Mikey said, "Sure. Let's just be friends. That's probably better." Danny, on the other hand, dropped everything to take her wherever she wanted. So, Cherry went with Danny, but during the trip, she just couldn't stop thinking about Mikey. Pathetic Danny had to sleep on a different bed and didn't even get a good night tug. Here's my question for you. Who do you think she slept with at the end of it all? You guessed it, it's Mr. Don't Give a Shit Mikey. And who do you think got friend-zoned? It's pathetic Danny, who ended up with a hotel bill for the getaway and nothing but a pair of blue balls to show. Here's the part most guys like pathetic Danny never understand. Women don't want their way with you. They want to test you and lose. To a woman, losing to a man mentally, emotionally, and psychologically is what makes them feel safe. This sounds crazy, but it's 100% true, believe me. When you reverse her reverse psychology, you're showing her you're the leader. You have zero reaction to her whims and fancies. Instead, you seize control and slap her mind games silly. This act of control and submission has a weird effect on a woman. That's what makes her drop her walls and fall into loving subservience. Okay, let's wrap everything up. Here are the 4 important insights I want you to take away from this video today. 1. Every woman is naturally gifted at reverse psychology. 2. To counter a woman's reverse psychology tendencies, treat every instance of shitty behavior as a test. 3. You deal with a woman's mind games by playing a higher degree of reverse psychology on her. And 4. Play along with a woman's reverse psychology by first agreeing with her and then amplifying it to a ridiculous level. Make no mistake, the play-along tactic is one powerful son of a bitch of a tactic. But if you want to make sure she never plays these games with you again, you need to go deeper. You need to hit the core of her emotional system, and that's where fractionation comes in. As the cornerstone of Shogun Method, fractionation bypasses all the mind games by taking her on emotional highs and lows. It creates addiction and reprograms her behavior around your presence. And once you master it, she'll never risk losing you because her mind will scream in panic at the thought. So, here's the deal. If you want to learn how to manipulate a woman's mind into liking you, then stop dancing around the edges with half measures like a bitch. Stop reading those stupid pickup artist guides, watching endless videos, or hoping for one-liner miracles. If you're serious about having total control over your love life, and if you want the ability to bend her thoughts, emotions, and behavior to your will, then there is only one thing left to do. Go to shogunmethod.com and get the full Shogun Method program. Inside, I'll give you these 5 things. 1. The exact sequence to take a woman from indifference to obsession. 2. The full fractionation protocol, upgraded for emotional enslavement. 3. Dozens of covert hypnotic patterns to make her chemically and hormonally dependent on you. 4. Shit test destroyers, mind control triggers, and emotional addiction loops. And 5. The legendary Black Rose sequence for long-term psychological submission. Remember, Shogun Method is not pickup, it's not game, and it's certainly not for amateurs. Shogun Method is for men who want power, not just success with women, but complete authority and domination over them. Get Shogun Method, install the system into your masculine brain, and make her yours, permanently, irreversibly, completely. Because every second you wait, she's slipping further into some other guy's control. Join the Shogun Method revolution right now. shogunmethod.com